It's a bad habit. Drink Coke while playing harmonica. Early in the morning, about the break of day, that's when my baby went away. Lying and pleading won't do you no good. Come back, baby, I wish you would. Come back, baby, I wish you would. In the morning till the break of day, that's when my baby went away. Lying in a pleading won't do you no good. Come back, baby, I wish you would. Come back, baby, I wish you would. Okay, I know that's not the real Billy Boy Arnold line. I know that's not the real harmonica line that he used, but I like to bend, fold, and mutilate things. I don't even know if anyone's been in the chat yet. I don't think so. I've had my eyes closed most of the time. I'm just here to do some practicing. This is what I'd call a common practice, except instead of just doing a video clip of it, and I'm just doing doing it live for you, which mainly consists of me playing a lot of harmonica and things of that nature. Let's see. Oh, I got a like. That's nice. Um, I'm really into playing these cheapo harmonicas these days, man. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I'm into it. This $14 East Top is one of my new favorite harmonicas to play. I carry it with me everywhere. This old East Top. Well, it's not old. I recently got it, but I sat on it. As you can see, the bend. I knocked out most of the bending I did, but you can still see it. It's kind of my beater harp now, you know. I got a brand new one of this exact same model just the other week, and so I'm not hurting for a G, but yeah, it's all you see there, you know, it's all kind of jimmied up, but it still plays all right. Cotton candy, man. Won't you stop with your cotton candy if you can? All pink and blue and fluffy in a bag. On a little coney stick that you throw in the trash. Cotton candy man. Cotton candy man. Well, you know I love that sugar any way that I can. Yeah, it's cool to have you know, when you have a beater harp, you know, um, it's kind of cool. Like you know, like when because you can really push the limits. Like I find, you know, like a lot, you know, my stage, the harmonica I use on stage, my G Marine Band, like I'm pretty precious with it, right? But not precious, but like I treat it well, you know. And I still treat this harmonica well. I still clean it and everything, but I can really push the limits on playing it because I know that it's just a beater now. If that makes sense. That's such an awful term, a beater. Um, this is a term I learned in the '90s about instruments. Yeah. Sometimes it's funny just talking to the camera. That's why I've kind of slowed down on doing vlogs. You know, I used to vlog every day, every moment of my life. You know, not every moment of my life, but I did vlog every day, and I was much less discerning about what I vlogged about. Um, you know, it was just kind of whatever was on my mind at the given time. You know, but I don't know. Something's kind of shifted me away from that. So But I'm cool with that, you know. Like I've been doing this channel for what, about 6 years now, almost, and a lot changes in that amount of time, you know, an awful lot. Uh, you know, I'm a completely different person as to who I was. Oh, hey, Hermit, how's it going, bud? Um, I'm just talking about the last the last 5 or 6 years and how things change and people change and stuff like that. And, it's great to see you, man. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Um, oh, there's a message that's held for review. Let me see it. 6 years, yeah, no shit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna show that. There we go. Um, yeah, you know, a lot changes, you know, like I'm a completely different person than I was 6 years ago, you know. Things have really changed for me in a lot of good ways, you know. Of course it was, Hermit. Of course it was. Everyone's life was different 6 years ago. Um, Now I want to get a dip. Hold Hold on now. Uh, yeah, you know, and it's been a, it's been an interesting time, like the last 5 years, you know, because I guess it was about, I don't know, I was 47, and I'm 52 now. Um, when I was kind of forced into retirement due to disabilities, and hold on now. You know, when I was told by my doctor I basically had to retire, um, it stunned me. Like it really put me in a bad place. You know, I was a cook, and I love, cooking's a funny industry. Like the whole kitchen culture, kitchen life here in Canada, I guess, everywhere. Um, like it's a job. It's a job for the misfits of society. You know, it's a job where people with tattoos can go get a job and be in the back. You know, if they have like tattoos on their face or whatever. And, they may be a great cook. It's a place where if you're out of prison, you can go and probably get a job dishwashing. Like it's an open industry to the misfits of society. You and but and that's certainly a big reason why I ended up in that world. But the difference was that's what I wanted to do. Um, Aside from being a musician, which I managed to do, um, I wanted to be a cook. I wanted to be a cook ever since I was little, um, I'm glad I got to do that for a number of years. Um, it's weird thinking about like when I'm talking about change. Um, uh, how things change over like a 5 year period, like think about 10 years ago. or 20 years ago. Things were so different. And I remember being like 30. It was right around the time I got married. I was like 30, 35. And I was playing in a kick-ass band, and I was like head chef at a soul food restaurant in town that I love working at. I thought I had things all wrapped up, and that was going to be my life from there on in. I was going to be set. And it all falls apart, and everything given time, everything organic, everything good for you will rot. That's a way to put it. Um, like I'm thinking about this time that I'm in right now. Obviously, I'm thinking about that. It's kind of the big thing on my mind right now. Um, is this time I've had with Kelsey as a roommate. Like um, when I met Kelsey, I was kind of at my worst. I was on welfare. Like I had no money to, like, my job basically was going to the food bank to make sure I had food. Um, and I was really sick. I was really, like, just a lot of bad things. And you know I met Kelsey and we started hanging out, and things got a little brighter because my home was a little cheerier. And then we got evicted because of the COVID mess, and we ended up here. And our life here has been amazing. It's just been amazing. It's been some of the best quality time of my entire life. Um, but I don't expect to be. I'm a 52-year-old dude. I don't expect to be tagging along with Kelsey, who just turned 29, my whole life. Like, that's pretty ridiculous to think. Kelsey has a life, and needs to go out and do something. Progress with it. And I cannot begrudge that. I'm not angry about. The only thing I'm feeling is I'm feeling a little disappointed that um, things couldn't have been brought to light a little sooner than you know like I wish they, I obviously wasn't in their plan, and they led me to believe I was. So I wish that hadn't happened. Um, but yeah, it's cool. Like, it's gonna, whatever is gonna happen. It's Friends can always be friends. Absolutely, me and Kelsey will always be friends. Um, you know, like, I know that, from my talks with Kelsey about this whole thing, like, this grieves Kelsey a great deal. You know, um, yeah, from what I can tell, Kelsey's pretty sad about uh, his time with me coming to an end. Living together at least. But it's all good. Whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen, and I've been tight. I've been in tighter spots than this, man. When I was married, and my when I got, like, separated, my wife basically gave me 2 weeks to get out. I had 2 weeks to find a place to live. When I had a part-time job, and I had nothing, man. I was my restaurant had just fallen through, and just a whole bunch of mess. But I've been in way tighter spots than this, and I'm not gonna sweat it. It's it's the natural order of things, you know. Um, People got to go and live their lives, you know, and maybe maybe that's a sign for me too to go out and live my life a bit more, you know. I spend a lot of time in bed here. Um, you know, the bits and pieces that you guys see of me on YouTube here are you know, they're just little brief fragments of my life. Um, you know, I wish I could show you more stuff, but a lot of it's really boring and unpleasant, you know. um, but you know, a lot of things are great. The church has really changed my life. You know, finding a good church to be at. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on with you guys. I know I'm just sitting here yakking. I mean, I know it's my channel and stuff, but yeah, I had a little event there, eh, Hermit? Yeah. I don't mean to be angry or sounding upset at all, you know. I'm not. I'm not in the least, you know. Oh, nice. That's nice. Smoking the pipe. Yeah. I was smoking my pipe earlier, but this is my pipe. This thing. But it doesn't, you know, it has this little stuff in there, but that's not tobacco juice in there. Not much in the church, but you do believe a life is for living, and this is our chance. Yeah, man, life is for living, you know, and you know, people take that how they choose, you know. Whatever, you know, whatever makes you happy. I'm you know, I'm a Christian, and you know, I'm pretty loud and proud about it. But you know, I don't ever mean to be like forcing my beliefs down people's throats. You know, I put them out there because they're mine, and this is my outlet to do it on. But you know, it's so, you know, church makes me happy. You know, believing in God makes me happy. And, you know, if I'm wrong, then I'm a pitiful fool. But if I'm right, then I'm right. It's gonna be great. You know, and I think I'm right about that. But not everybody feels that. You know, not everybody feels the same way. And you know, I don't know. Yeah, I'd love to see everybody get saved, you know, but it's just it's just not for some people, you know. It's funny, like I sometimes I walk around fair play, I could have a pint and a chat with you. Yeah, absolutely, G-ski. Absolutely. No, most of my friends are atheists or don't believe in what I believe in, you know. Um, You don't hold God to ransom. You take life as it happens. Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Um, you take life as it happens. That's the only way to put it. Um, and yeah, you know, people don't have to believe. If everybody believed the same thing, wouldn't life be boring? You know. um, you know. Yeah, it's you know. Yeah, ah, my mouth is really dry this morning. Sorry about that grossness. Um, yeah, well, we've had discussions about that, Hermit. You know, um, you know, I'm, the way the way I look at how I share my faith is I'm just like trying to plant seeds, you know. I'm not trying to. I don't expect anybody to, you know, me to give them a gospel tract and have them fall on their knees and you know, whatever. Um, but you know, I do give out these things, these little pamphlets. You know, once saved, always saved. Father's love letter. You know, um, and I have a collection of New Testaments that I give out as well. If people want them, you know, I always try to have one in my pocket. I got one right here. You know, but you know, it's not my job to force anybody to believe anything. You know, nor do I want to be that guy. You know, it's my job to be a seed planter. You know, and you know, whenever I approach anyone and say, you know, it's not like when I share the gospel, it's not like I keep you there and talk to you for 30 minutes, you know. Um, I probably would if you wanted to, but it's mostly just, hey, can I offer you this pamphlet? Yes or no, you know, and that's it. And sometimes people are really rude about it, you know. Like I had a woman just look at me the other day, and she didn't even look at me. She just said, "Can you please stop fucking talking to me?" I go, okay, you know, and you know, some people get offended. Like it's funny, Christianity is like the one religion where people get really offended when you bring up the name of Jesus, um, you know, if if I was passing out pamphlets for Islam, you know, I think people would be much more receiving to that, you know, because it's kind of woke to be accepting of everything but Christianity, you know, and you know, it's yeah. But most of my friends are gays, lesbians, junkies, alcoholics, you know, like, and I love all of them, you know. It's not. I'm not one of those guys, you know, that only talks to the people in my church, you know. Um, Now the people in my church are lovely, and you know, I'm probably talking to them more than my other friends these days. But you know, you gotta. It's good to keep a balance in your life. I think you know. I know where you know. I know what I believe. And I know what I stand for. You know, and I stand 10 toes down on that. You know, and that you know, I feel that I have liberty. You know, I'm free. I'm free in Christ. You know, and I've been set free. So you know, I don't have any problem going down and hanging out at hanging out with my buds downtown, drinking, making fun of me for being a Christian. You know, it's kind of cool. I don't know, but yeah, this is my pipe, Hermit. It's it's got something called OG Banana Kush Mint in it, and you press this little button, and these lights come on, and that lets you know what's on. And it's very artificial banana and minty tasting. It's funny because the mint is completely natural. Like it's not like a candy peppermint. It's like a mint leaf mint. but the banana is straight up banana candy flavor. So, uh, still got dip in my teeth. It was funny. I woke up this morning. I was lying in bed and just waking up, having a cup of coffee and stuff. And I had a dip, and now it's not uncommon for me to fall asleep with a dip in my mouth, you know, um, but it's usually not like fine cut or snuff that I fall asleep with. And I had a lip of Skoal fine cut. Does it taste like chewing? Yeah, it kind of tastes like it kind of tastes like bubble gum a bit, Hermit, but it's it's weird because like it's not a completely artificial flavoring. Like there's a lot of like natural mint in this. Like it's like smoking peppermint leaves, you know. Um, Smoking peppermint leaves while sucking on a bunch of banana runts, you know. Um, that's kind of what it tastes like. But I mean, it's good. It's the reason I like it is because it's quite inexpensive, like a smoothie. Yeah. um, it's one of the cheaper companies. Like these cartridges cost, I think, about $30 each, and they can get quite expensive. They can go up to like $60 or so. Um, and the THC level is very very high, so it's the main reason I smoke this isn't to get stoned. It's to help me deal with intestinal pain and arthritis pain and stuff. So I want the best bang for my buck. Hey, Paul Cook, how's it going, bud? It's good to see you on your lunch break. That's awesome. Awesome. What's shaking? Are you playing some harp these days? I bought this $14 East Top, Paul, and it's I would always tell people never to buy a harmonica under like 30 or $40. And good, you're still practicing. That's awesome. I want to see. I can't wait to see you play one day. Um, but yeah, these 14. This is the cheapest East Top I could find, and it's a great harp. I carry it everywhere. Yeah, it's awesome. Um, yeah, I'm mostly playing harmonica at church these days. Yeah, East Top's great, man. Like they're my new brand. Um, yeah, I can't afford the Honer models anymore. They're all, they all cost $125 where at my music store. So, I just can't afford them. Um, which breaks my heart because I've been playing Marine bands all my life. But these these ones, these little blue guys, the 008K models. This is like my new Marine band. I don't know. I like playing these almost as much. They're a little, as the Hermit would say, they got a little bit more of a rude tone, but I don't mind that at all. Um, and these are like, one of these cost me $40 tops. You got a bunch of these too. Awesome. Yeah, they're good. They're good. Yeah. I don't know. I was really like hoping I was, one of the cheaper options at my music store in town. They buy Suzuki harps, so they have the whole Suzuki line, and they buy Suzuki and Honer harps basically, and so this was kind of Where is it? I think it's, oh wait, hold on. This one. I thought I was going to get stuck playing these harp masters, which there's nothing wrong with them. They're kind of like a special 20, but you know, this one's in the key of G. I just don't like the tone of them. You know, it feels like you have to work to get a good sound out of them. And, you know, this one, you just have to breathe. These, which one, how much are what, Paul? The East Tops or the Suzukis? They're about the same in price. Like this Harp Masters is like $30 plus tax, but they've gone up, so now they're probably about $40. Yeah, they're about $40. You think this has a nice fat tone there, Hermit? I don't know. It's not a bad harp. Like there's like honestly, and like when you're playing on stage, the audience doesn't know what you're playing. Like it's all player preference stuff, right? They're not sitting there going, I wonder if that harp player is playing a Hohner Golden Melody, or I wonder if it's the new really weird looking model. You know, it's like thick swampy dome. Well, thanks, Hermit. I don't know. It's funny. I don't really pay these Suzuki harps much mind now that I've found East Top. Let me play you another one. That I got. This was the other model of inexpensive Suzuki harps that I found to be not so bad. This one was $35. This one was $5 more. And oh, thanks a lot, G-Ski. That's really kind of you, bud. Now this one is in the key of D flat or C sharp. Key of D flat. I don't know why I have a D flat harp, but I do. I mean, I used to have every key of harmonica. I used them every night, but anyway, the difference being is this one has like, I prefer the Harp Master to the Blues Master, because you know the Harp Master is kind of like a tin sandwich kind of deal, right? Like it's got, you know, these little ends on it, whereas this is like a more retro kind of Art Deco kind of deal. You can't, you know, this is my harmonica holder for when I'm playing guitar and harp at the same time, and it only holds these kind of harmonicas. You know, it won't hold one of these. So this is the first thing I ever bought when I was 13. I got my very first job flipping burgers at Burger King, and my very first paycheck was for $15.13, and I went down to the music store and I bought this harmonica holder and a book on how to play blues chords on the guitar, and I think I still have the book somewhere too. So yeah, but yeah. Anyway, it can only hold the tin sandwich kind of harp. So, but yeah, but so this is a key of D flat. It's kind of a weird key. Like it just sounds kind of weird to me. D flat. I don't know. It's good to have a harmonica in every key. You know, if you can, You know, like when I played in the Silver Hearts, I had a case. I had 12, all 12 of the standard harmonicas. Uh, I had a big 16-hole chromatic, uh, this big ass bass harp. This guy. Um, I had uh, carried this guy for doing cool sound effects, and my polyphonic harp. I had a chromatic in F, a tremolo in A minor, and probably something else. But I used everything every night, and so I had always had harps of every key. Um, they do all have their timbres, timbre, timbre. I don't know how you say that, but yeah, you're right. So, a harmonica sounds like a harmonica to like I was saying earlier, when you hear a harmonica on the radio, it really doesn't matter what key it's being played in. It really doesn't matter what brand or model it is. The audience doesn't ever know unless it's like played really badly. That's when the audience knows if it's played really badly or played really well. So if I could only have one, what would I choose? A good all rounder or one that has a certain sound? Uh, G-Ski, I would suggest, my favorite model of harmonica that I've been playing harmonica for 40 years of my, my 52 years on Earth. And I've always played Hohner Marine bands. I love them. I love the wood body, the old school tone. Um, oh, is there a learner one you picked? Okay, well, I would strongly suggest getting one of these East Top uh, 008K models. Um, this is about as inexpensive as it's gonna get for a really decent harmonica. This is what I'm switching over to because I can't afford marine bands anymore. So this is gonna be what my case is gonna be full of. It already is. Um, yeah, these East Top models. These are great. They just play awesome. I have no complaints with them. I mean, every harmonica straight out of the box has its issues, but this is a great learner model. It costs about $40 online. I get mine on eBay. They get shipped here in a week, and yeah, it's cool. Um, Now this harmonica on the whole other end of the spectrum, which I've been playing a lot lately, is this Arkia model. Um, uh, Marine Band's a great harmonica. It just might be more expensive, um, but yeah, they're easy to find. Most music stores have Marine Band harmonicas. If you can find one that you can afford, I would definitely suggest playing a Marine Band harmonica above all other harmonicas. So, but they're just more expensive now. But yeah, on the other end of the spectrum, I got sent this Arkia harmonica from my friend Jim or Jim. And this is made by a customizer in France, and it's got this modular system that it's got like this piece of plastic in here that acts as like a sound channel, like a tone channel or something. Um, you have one special 20 is a great harp. Special 20s, I don't play them because I'm not a big fan. Like that's one of my problems with these Suzuki harps is like the plastic lip that they have here. That's the main reason I don't like special 20s. Other than that, they're basically just like playing a plastic body marine band. They're completely top shelf harmonica. Great harmonica to learn on. Probably easier to learn on than a marine band. Um, Yeah, Special 20 is a great harp. So it's completely on par with the Marine Band, except just it depends on what your preferences are, plastic bodies or wood bodies. So, um, yeah, where's my. I have a D in. My D harmonica is a Special 20. This guy here. Yeah, I like Special 20s. Special 20s are real easy harmonicas to busk with. I gotta say that. When you're playing in a rack, Special 20 is a great harmonica. So that's one thing I got to say about them. Uh, yeah, this Arkia model here that I've been talking about a little bit. This is like a $300 harmonica or $250, somewhere between 250 $300. Um, oh boy, is it good! And this is in the key of F sharp, which is like the piccolo of harmonicas. It's like the highest key possible. I've owned a number of F sharp harmonicas because, like I said, I always needed one for a couple Silverheart songs. I never ever played it for fun, because it's F sharp, man. It's and I also like it. They're a struggle to get notes out of sometimes. As clear as an Irish whistle. Yes. Yeah, this one is. I can get all the high notes. I can bend the high notes. It's like this is for an F sharp harmonica. This they really did this one well. Whoa. Yeah, this is a great great harmonica. But yeah, it's kind of a once in a lifetime chance for me for getting something like that. I was very lucky to have this donated to me by someone who watches my channel, a fellow named Jim, and yeah, this is definitely the best harmonica I own. It's kind of like the Gibson gold top 660 60s model that you hang up on the wall. Um, if that makes sense, I don't know. I don't know people. um, but yeah, another model of harmonica that I've really been enjoying is this East Top Blues model. You can see I've already worn a patch in the patina there. It says Blues there. This harmonica cost me. It was half price, and it cost me about $30. Usually they go for about 50 or $60, but I got this in the key of C so I could play it at church, and really easy playing harmonica. The that's the Kia C GC. That's a great place to start. That's probably the first harmonica that you want to own. It's right in the middle of all the keys. Like from A flat to F sharp. Um, it's right in the middle. You can do a lot. You can do a lot on a C harmonica. You can play all kinds of styles on it. Yeah, it's a great starting point. So when I haven't got too much on, I'm going to try to. Yes, man, that's the way to do it. You carry it with you. Whenever you have a moment, you play it. That's how I learned. Um, other than sometimes I'd be lucky to put on the blues show. There's this hour-long blues show I listened to as a kid called the Daddy Cool Blues Hour, and I'd take my handful of harmonicas and try to play along with the songs. But mainly I just carry one with me wherever I go. I still do that to this day, and just play whenever I can, whenever I get the notion to, you know, and it's good to listen to other players, uh, to pick up tricks and stuff. It's never I say it's never good to imitate other players. Every player should always strive to play in their own voice. But that being said, there's a lot to be learned from the masters of the instrument. People like Little Walter or Big Walter or Sonny Boy Williamson or Sonny Boy Williamson II or you know uh, Billy Boy Arnold or Jimmy Reed, Lester Butler, uh, John Ritchie or Jason Ritchie. Um, Jason Ritchie's kind of a modern guy. He's kind of the big star in the harmonica world right now. I think. Um, I'm a big fan of the real old school players. Like I like the players from the 30s, who do all that cool first position stuff. Um, and I'm a big fan of the early Chicago sound with when they like Little Walter first amplifying the harp stuff. I love that stuff. Um, Sonny Terry, I love Sonny Terry. He's you know Sonny Terry and his cousin J.C. Burris are two of my favorite harmonica players ever. Um, Sonny Terry is kind of more well known and was on many more records than J.C. Burris, but J.C. Burris kind of sounds like Sonny Terry. They definitely have like the same kind of style of playing, but JC's a little slower and darker and deeper, and yeah, and he sings a lot of gospel and stuff like that. He's fantastic, man. He's just great. Um, uh, what other harp players? There's a really interesting harmonica player that I don't know where he did the soundtrack for Breaking Bad. His name's Son of Dave. As I met Son of Dave at a folk festival back in 2003. He came to see the Silverhearts play at a party we were playing at like for the volunteers at a folk festival, and he just picturing you trying to play well. I'm having my chemo nurses with earplugs in. Yeah. I'm sorry about your situation, GC. Um, yeah, my mom has cancer right now. My mom has really bad cancer right now. Um, I'm very sorry to hear about that. But yeah, hey, that's a great when you're sitting and you got nothing to do, harmonica's your best friend, you know. Um, it's so easy. I don't know what I was talking about before. talk about harmonica players I like, I guess. But um, the good thing about the harmonica is, you know, pretty much anybody can pick it up and make music on it within half an hour. It's really not a hard instrument to initially learn how to make me, because it's a diatonic instrument. I'm pretty happy listening, to be honest. Oh, well, golly, G-Ski, thank you so much. I'm happy listening to me too. um, I love playing harmonica. You know, I feel I was gifted with that. Um, it's been my life's pursuit to play harmonica. I've it's funny. I still get a lot of flack sometimes from players who are better. Um, or I have in recent years gotten flack from players who are obviously much better than me. And when it comes to anything, there's always going to be a bigger, tougher, better cat in the yard, right? You know, like I don't ever claim to be. I feel grateful if people think I'm good. Let's put it that way. Um, you know, I've been playing for 40 plus years and I'm still a student of the instrument. Um, but it's been my life's work to play. And if it all ended tomorrow, if I was told you can never play harmonica again, I'm grateful to say that not trying to be a downer on you. Oh no, man, no, you're not being a downer at all, dude. Golly, don't think that for a second. Uh, I want people to be able to come to my live streams and comment section and be open and transparent and talk what's on their mind. Yeah, it's all good. Um, uh, I forgot what I was talking about. I don't know. Yeah, I do have a real big passion for it. That's right, Hermit. That's right. We are all survivors here. We all are survivors here. Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that maybe draws people to this channel, like why I'm so lucky to have so many subscribers, is because we all are survivors of many things here. And it's great. It's great. I feel blessed that people come here. Um, but yeah. Anyway, this whole thing's been about harmonicas. Um, yeah, playing harmonica. It's always been really important to me. I remember being how old was I? 9 years old when I started playing, and when I first picked up a harp. That's what I mean by started playing. When I first the day I picked up the harmonica, I was 9 years old, and I I knew it was important. I knew I had to learn this thing and do it. You haven't touched your harps for 6 months due to projects and depression. Hermit, man, I'm sorry, dude. Um, it's funny when I get depressed. I've been going through a bit of depression these last couple of days, just because of my situation at home here and having to move and stuff unexpectedly. Um, and it is hard. It is hard to be creative and inspired, and that's actually the reason I put on this video as a live stream today rather than doing a video, because I wasn't inspired. Like, there was nothing that was inspiring me uh, to make a video, and because I'm just pretty down right now, and So I figured if I went on live, I'd at least, I don't know, I figured it would be different. And it is. It's great. Thank you for coming to my live stream. There was more people here earlier, but they left. But I'm happy to have you here, G-Ski and the Hermit. Um, yeah. So I'm sorry you're going through depression, Hermit. And I'm sorry that you're going through chemo, G-Ski. It's a tough life. Life can be a fight, but that's why I say this is our chance to do what you like. Yeah, I agree with you, G-Ski. Do what makes you happy, man. You know, I would never ever try to take that away from anybody. You know, do what makes you happy. Um, and the Hermit says the way it is, I still watch videos, but I haven't got it in me to play. I saw the theory, but it's hard to mix pleasure with dance. Yeah, I totally understand that, Hermit. Absolutely, I totally understand that. And it's very hard to mix pleasure with when you're feeling down. Um, it's virtually impossible sometimes, you know. Which is why I'm a harmonica player, because it's easy to pick up a harmonica and play the blues, you know. Sorry, that wasn't a very sensitive comment to say after your last comment, Hermit. I'm sorry, um, but I think you understand what I mean. I hope so, anyway. Yeah, I love playing harmonica, man. So much. So much. So much. Oh, thanks, Hermit. Thanks, Hermit. Depression can be so hard as people don't see it or understand it. Yeah, yeah, exactly, G-Ski. If people, it's I have had this you know, sometimes it's been a discussion, sometimes it's been an argument, sometimes it's been a coming together of agreement, you know. But I've had this discussion a million times about invisible illnesses, things you can't see, you know, like depression and anxiety, and you know, these are things. These are things that, like, I'm on disability. Uh, I'm a disability pensioner. You know, not just because my back's all messed up with arthritis, and my guts are all messed up, but I have a lot of mental problems as well. I put my harps out of sight for now. Maybe I can dig them out when the spirit. If later, maybe. I say dig them out now, buddy. Just have them handy. You know, they're your friend. You know, you can always. You might not be inspired to play, but harmonica's always your friend. You know, and it's always there for you. Um, That's the one thing I've loved about the harmonica. It's always been there for me. You know, uh, whether I like it or not. You know, uh, yeah, yeah. Like, you know where they are. They're like the pipe in the drawer. Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going through all that, Hermit. You know, I definitely relate. like, yeah, invisible illness is what I was ranting about a second ago. Um, People don't understand, you know. Like I have anxiety so bad some days I just can't even leave my house. You know, I can't even step out to the sidewalk, and it's crippling. You know, or some days you're so depressed you can't get out of bed. You can't you can't do anything. You know, and it sucks. It sucks because oftentimes when you're depressed, it's due to a situation where you actually have to act on it immediately. You know, like I don't right now. I don't really have time to be sitting around being depressed about my situation. I got to find a place to live. You know, but but you know it sucks. You know, you should really be able to just. I mean, the last few days I've just been. It's been a dark winter of limitations, innovations, overload. Yeah, absolutely, man. Uh, do I have a garden? You know, my roommate kept a garden out in the front. It's just getting warm here now. Like, uh, people aren't even planting stuff yet. But I have a garden, but I'm gonna be moving in a month, so or two at max. You know, so I'm not gonna plant anything right now. Maybe you know when I move, I honestly have no idea what my situation is gonna look like. I could be living in a rooming house. I could be living in a basement somewhere. Uh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right there, Hermit. The winter has to take care of himself. Yeah. Yeah, depression sucks, man. It's a drag. Um, it's so easy to get overwhelmed and overloaded. And, you know, if, you know, yeah, people don't understand the invisible illnesses. They don't understand people who don't suffer them. You know, and you know, in reality, how can you really expect them to understand? You know, I mean, God bless them that they don't have to understand. You know, I forget driving in another job. Another job. Did you lose your job, Hermit? What do you mean you gotta get driving and get another job? Oh yeah, you're right, G-Ski. Oh no, life isn't always expensive. life life is rarely expensive for me. You know, or for the pleasures of life, you know. I mean, I whenever you know, I get harmonicas uh, through the gracious donations of people who donate to my PayPal on my channel. You know, I can't afford to be buying all this stuff with what I make. You know, uh, yeah, yeah, but yeah, gardening can be cheap. Gardening can be fun. You know, you just have to plant a couple little things. Maybe get a hummingbird feeder or something like that. You know, it could be really joyful for sure. Maybe the next place I land, I'm gonna have a beautiful garden. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. We all understand the sadness here. It's sad to say, eh? Oh man, I'm sorry, dude. Um, I don't drive either. I don't ride a bike either. kind of messed up. But I've never driven a car. Except your dad's old house. Is your dad still with you, Hermit? Like, do you still have your parents? Slept in the garage for 18 months, yeah. Yeah, I can dig that. It's amazing the situations we can find ourselves in. I'd happily take a garage, if I could make it kind of decent. It's summertime. I don't know. I need somewhere kind of permanent though. I can't. It's not like I'm in my 20s and can be packing up, living the punk rock lifestyle and moving every few months or once a year anymore. I expect a little food, a pint of beer, and chatter. Yes, yes, good way to live there, G-Ski. Recently, he died. Oh, I'm so sorry, Hermit. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's incredible how I have a few people who are kind of in that situation right now. They're like as we're getting older. I'm not exactly sure how old you are, Hermit, but I'm just 52, but we're getting at an age where we're getting old, and stuff's happening. People are dying. It's weird. Yeah, it's a weird time. So I'm sorry that you've been pulled out of your life, Hermit. Um, oh man. By karmic debt, do you mean like you owe a lot of money? Or just it's like a psychological toll? Wow, I thought you were older than 49 for some. I thought you were probably older than me, Hermit, just because of your eloquence. Not that a 49-year-old man isn't part of the full-grown man club. Oh, I'm so stuffy. Maybe moving out of here with all these cats will help me be able to breathe again. It costs you money. It's like inheriting negative equity. That what? That sucks, dude. Yeah, G-Ski, you're right. Things always get better if stand 10 toes down, man. I'm awful thirsty. Yeah, that's all. That's all of us do, man. Can I get you guys? Do you guys mind if I disappear for a second and get a can of Coke? I'm just really thirsty. I'll be back in a second. I'm gonna blow my nose too. Ugh. Doesn't even help blowing my nose. Okay, where are we at here? Either way, this is life and was bound to happen. Okay, thanks, man. I'm back now. I got my Coke. I'm not trying to. I'm not sponsored by any soft drink manufacturer. I just have a serious Coke addiction. Which isn't good for a harmonica player to have. Let's see here. You know, but on like harmonicas like this $14 job, I don't have any problems drinking a Coke and playing it because it's $14. I can get a new one, you know? Well, excuse me. You've been on the sparkling table water from the supermarket and cut down on pop. Yeah, sparkling water is a good way to go. You know, usually when I'm out, um, you know, on the odd occasion that I find myself hanging out in a bar at nighttime, which is very rare. Let me finish this thought. I usually drink club soda because it's the closest thing to a beer. You know, it's not sweet, but at home I'm a total Coke fiend. Um, okay, let's see what Jiski says. Sometimes I think it's understanding you're depressed, but knowing you shouldn't be feeling that way. Yeah, you're right, Jiski. You're totally right. Um, totally right. Gives good burps and you feel the CO2 buzz. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah. We in Canada here we got I was gonna say cheer us up with it too. um, in Canada we get the canned sparkling water that tastes like fruit, but it's not sweet at all. But um, it's pretty good, you know. Like it's the orange is very orangey. The cherry is very cherry-y. Got a can of sparkling. What's San Miguel? Oh, that must be a beer, eh? Is that a beer, G-ski? My heart feels the depression, but my mind is above it. It's like riding an irritable horse. That's a great way to put it, Hermit. That's a great way to put it. When you're over it, but it's still hanging out there. Riding an irritable horse. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, man. I feel what the horse feels. Yeah. Yes, Herman. A lot of truth being spoken here today. Okay, it is a beer. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. I haven't been a beer drinker for 20 years, but yeah, I was a bartender all throughout the 90s. And yeah, all throughout the 90s and a little bit beyond, I was a bartender. I did quit drinking in 2001 though, because I almost died from alcoholism. My liver blew up. I had alcoholic hepatitis, and it almost killed me. The doctor gave me said if I had kept drinking, he asked me. I went to the hospital because I just didn't feel good. It was like these things weren't good. So I went to the hospital and had them look at me, and they ran some tests, and uh, the doctor sat me down and said, "Okay, Patrick, I want you to be honest with me. How many drinks do you have a day?" And I thought about it. I honestly had to say between 25 and 30, um, like standard drinks a day, at least, you know. Um, and he said, "Yeah, if you keep drinking like that, I give you a year to live." And if I was gonna keep drinking, if I didn't quit drinking, there's no way I could have not drank like that because that's how I drank. So I'm glad I'm still here 20 years later. um, you know, when you wake up with your heart going 100 miles an hour, that's when I wake. I have high blood pressure. I got high blood pressure problems. I take some pill for it. Can't remember what it's called. It's this weird, dusty rose colored pill shaped like a football. And every time I check my blood pressure at the where I pick up my medications at the pharmacy, there's a you can sit down and take your own blood pressure. It's just stick your arm in a cuff and press a button, and it's a really good machine. And I always take my blood pressure when I'm there, and I'm always way high. So even though I'm on medication, uh, yeah, you should write a poem about this hermit. Well, I feel the horse racing, kicking down the stall. Well, I feel that horse racing, I'm done kicking out the stall. What else is right? Sometimes I lay down and put some weight over it so I don't feel so hard. Yeah, you know what, Herman? I used to do that. Hey, Jeff. How's it going, buddy? You just started drinking again. One, two, yeah. Jeff, for everyone in the chat, Hermit and G-Ski, Jeff Anderson here is one of my oldest, dearest friends. We knew each other when we were teenagers, back in Oakville, and before I moved to Peterborough, and yeah, Jeff's he was one of my old buddies. We were all this punk rock crew, and sleeping on the floor helps when it's bad. Yeah, Herman, I get that, man. I used to do that. I used to do that with like when I was younger, and my stomach. I have very bad intestinal issues, right? And sometimes just adding pressure uh, to it will help it, right? And well, that's what I did when I was a kid. If I was all anxious, Or if I had a stomach ache, usually the two came together. I'd go lie down on the driveway and on the hot black tar on the driveway, and it would seem to help. Chemo nurses don't like my blood pressure too high, but I keep going back still. Sounds like you got a good attitude, G-Ski. I think that's what's going on. It sounds like you got you're fighting the good fight. Absolutely. Crispy. Where arm compression is well. What is it? Wow, man. That's heavy. What does the arm compression do for you, Hermit? That I find that really interesting. Arm compression. I don't know. Well, what's up, Jeff? How you doing, bud? What do you mean by crispy? I guess there's like a time delay on the me talking to you, you answering kind of thing. Okay. That's really cool, Hermit. Is that something that your doctor suggested or just something that you figured out? That's brilliant. It's always good to know the hacks for when you're going through the attacks. Crispy like a biscuit. What's crispy like a biscuit, Jeff? That's amazing, Hermit. You're a smart dude. You're smart. You're one smart cat. So, are you two near each other? Yes. I love the UK, G-Ski. I've tried. I've been to England. Uh, I've been to England. I want to go to Ireland. Um, I think the hermits in the UK definitely. And me and Jeff, yeah, we're about a 3 hour drive away from each other. Um, we actually haven't seen each other in person in quite some time, but that's how it goes sometimes. Jeff used to play guitar in this crazy ass punk rock band called Riot Star, and their singer used to he'd like go out and get in fights before they'd start the show, and he'd start the show by being in a fight, you know. Um, yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah. And then he got Responsible. Are you still doing that band, Jeff? The Responsibles? Or do you got something else going on? Okay. Huh. You know, what's cool about doing these live streams now is I can actually see the comments. Like they don't. When I did live last time, I did a live stream. Uh, a comment would show up, and then it'd show up for a minute, but I might have my eyes closed or something, right? And I open my eyes and I see this comment disappearing. We used to have lots of brilliant pubs, but many are closed now. We had when Jeff and I were growing up, we had a great pub in Oakville called the Manchester Arms. It was like an old school British pub. It didn't have music. It just had a radio playing. It was like just a drinking room. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Hope hopefully what'll change. Are you coming to visit me, Jeffy? I would love if you did that. What's that? What is that face for? I'm confusing. You're making me confused, Jeffy. I've never seen that emoji before. Yeah, it's been 20 years since we've seen each other. For sure. For sure. A punk disco band? That sounds pretty awesome. That sounds like it would have gone over at Wacky Land pretty good. I hope that little red face doesn't mean you're mad at me, Jeff. I know I don't get out of Peterborough much anymore anyway. Manchester, nice. 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 Did I say mice there? Nice. Yeah, the Manchester Arms was brilliant. It wasn't like it's funny because we all used to drink there, and then like the British pub like fad happened here in Canada, and like all these like British style pubs were opening up, and they were just all kind of lame. And what made them British is they had like Guinness on tap, and you know. Okay, Jeffy, you got to tell me, does that red face, are you mad at me? Are you angry at me? I sure hope you're not. Oh yeah, I bet you did, Jeff. I bet you got used to apologizing for Riot Star. Wow. So yeah, okay, now I'm confused. So you are mad at me, Jeff? Is that the case? I was 11. I was 11 years old. Oh, it means embarrassed. Oh, okay. Well, you got nothing to be embarrassed about, man. Yeah, I was about 11 when I got into punk rock. I got my first Dead Kennedys record when I was 11. back in 1981. I got, you know, the like it was kind of all the rage because it was kind of new, right? Like punk rock and hardcore. It was still like only the early '80s, and it was all very new. Um, yeah, like the chain. Yeah, okay. There's a delay on this chat thing. Like I'm getting this now. Um, okay, I get it. I get it. Awesome. I love you, Jeffy. Um, but yeah, like punk. Yeah, it is annoying. It is annoying. I'm just glad I can still see the comments. So, um, our real put where just the locals going and drinking. Yeah, that's what a pub is. Let's pick on the nerdiest looking guy in the band. Okay, okay. I'm starting to forget what I asked you. I know I was asking you about the red face. Yeah. Sorry to kind of polarize this chat. Uh, yeah, 12 or 13. Yeah, like I was, I got my first record, started getting records when I was 11, but yeah, like around 12, 13, you know, when we were all 14, we were all right into it, and like knee, like or neck deep in it, and yeah, well, that was like we all like that stuff when we were younger. I still like all those bands. Um, Sham 69 and the Sex Pistols and the Exploited. Um, yeah, I was listening to the Exploited just 2 days ago. um, but yeah, but we have we were really lucky living where we live. Like you know, Jeff and I kind of both grew up around between two cities called Hamilton and Toronto, and I love you too, Jeffy. Um, um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we between growing up, like more so Toronto, but Hamilton as well. We used to go see a lot of shows in Hamilton. Um, it was we grew up in a time and a place where we got to see and experience a lot of really cool like punk rock stuff in the like as it was happening. Not as a looking back and greatest moments kind of thing like they do now. Like we were living it. It was okay. See you, Jeff. I love you, man. Um, you were a bit of a punk 12, 13-ish. Yeah, I dig it. I dig it, G-Ski. Yeah, back when it really started back in the 70s. I was just a kid then. I was born in 1970. And, but, yeah, what a time, man. Punk rock. It was dangerous to be a punk rocker when I was a kid. Um, it was like, if you were walking around with a Sex Pistols t-shirt on or a earring or a funny haircut, like you're an instant target, for getting beat up. Um, yeah, that was the norm. Anyhow, I've been here for over an hour, and I have this neck problem, and it's getting hard for me to be sitting here. So I'm gonna bring this chat to a close. I really want to thank everybody for showing up today. I really want to thank Jeff and G Ski and the Hermit for taking part in the chat. And yeah, just mind me while I say a little prayer. Lord, thank you for letting my friends come and join me in the live stream today, and us having a good talk about matters of importance like personal mental health and physical health, and, distance between friends, and music, and the important stuff in life. And I'm very grateful for my viewers here and my friends here, and just God bless everybody. And yeah, I pray for everybody who's here on my channel with me, Lord. Thank you very much, and amen. And yeah, I lost two people while I was saying that prayer. Um, anyway, I got a. Oh, sorry, I was drunk. My coach works part sing exploited barmaid. That's funny. That's funny, G-Ski. Okay, well, I'm gonna bring it to a close, but thanks a lot, everybody. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye now. Be well.